There is plenty to love about the game of Anthony Edwards. He is such a young guy, but if you start watching his highlight reel, you might think you're watching clips compiled from 5 to 6 years in the NBA.
They were lucky that wasn't turned over. Anthony Edwards, that time he does finish.
But Edwards, the Ant-Man, he was the first overall pick in which draft? That's right, the 2020 NBA Draft.
With the first pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Anthony Edwards from the University of Georgia.
He hasn't even been playing that long, but already he's causing some commotion. He's got the handles, he's got the outside shot, and even at just 6'4", he has got the dunk game. I mean, the dunk game is so mean and vicious, it almost hurts to watch. And he's got legends of the game saying all sorts of stuff about him. Curious to know what? Give the video a like and give the page a subscribe while we get to rolling all the quotes and all the opinions your way. Big PERK. When Big PERK talks, people listen. Now that has to do somewhat with the fact that he's a big guy. And you never ignore a big guy that could lay some pain on you. Additionally, PERK has got a hilarious way of speaking and breaking things down. But you know what? He knows what he's talking about too. That's the main reason that you listen.
Ain't sitting down there. Hey, Draymond. Hey, man, shut up. Man, shut up. You sound crazy, man. Are you talking about the great Charles Barkley? Career average 22 points, 11 rebounds, 11-time All-Star, MVP, gold medalist Charles Barkley. Are you serious? Arguably the greatest power forward to play the game? Man, shut up, man. I'm not hearing that.
PERK's been around the game for a long time. He's played with some big stars, went on some deep playoff runs, he even got a championship of his very own. So, he's seen a lot. And when asked on the jump who he thought had a higher ceiling between Cade Cunningham and Anthony Edwards, PERK picked Edwards. And he didn't stop there. He praised how high his ceiling could be. He highlighted the multiple 40-point games that Edwards has had in his rookie season and dropped the big dynamite term that we love to hear, generational talent.
When we talk about Anthony Edwards, we talk about a guy that last year had 40 points on multiple occasions. I mean, dropping them spicy, teriyaki style, however you want it. He's a generational talent. And if the coaching staff put him in the right position to be successful, I'm looking at him as being a first-time All-Star this year.
Yes, Big PERK, who has played with Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Kevin Durant, he called Anthony Edwards a generational talent. And do you know what the ceiling is for a generational talent? Well, if the sky is the limit, then there is no ceiling. Or as Michael Jordan once famously said,
the ceiling is the roof.
Whatever that means. His AIRNESS. And speaking of his AIRNESS, Jordan definitely has some opinions on Edwards himself. Oh yeah. Now, Edwards' Hornets had the third pick in the 2020 draft, so there was no chance of Edwards slipping to them. But Jordan seemed like had Edwards been around, he would have been all over that pick. Now, Anthony Edwards did work out with the Hornets before getting drafted, and Jordan was there, giving Edwards some tips on how to improve his game. Wow, what did Jordan actually say to Edwards? Edwards recalled what Jordan said to him, saying, he was like, "You're stronger than I am, you're more athletic, you're bigger than me." Whoa, so Jordan conceded this kid had beat him in strength, size, and athleticism? If that is true, may God have mercy on all of our souls for what will happen to the league if this kid can become a stronger, bigger, and more athletic Michael Jordan. But what else did Jordan say to Edwards? He must have instilled some wisdom, hit him with a ferocious tip that will unlock his game even more. Use your butt more and create more space, and you're gonna be unguardable. Huh, I didn't see that one coming. But the big tip was, use your butt more. So Anthony Edwards, by Jordan's account, is a bigger, stronger, more athletic Jordan that is going to start using his butt more. A whole host of new nicknames could come from that, but we're hoping that Edwards just sticks with Ant-Man.
No, thank you.
Robert HORRY. Next, let's see what Robert HORRY has to say about the young stud Anthony Edwards. Robert HORRY, nicknamed Big Shot Rob, has won 7 championships. Sometimes people forget how many times HORRY has been on that big stage. So we definitely need to listen to what HORRY says. He has seen it all, times 7, and then maybe even a few more times after that. When on the jump, which we're starting to notice is where a lot of these great remarks are coming from, HORRY had some interesting comments. They were talking about how Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns had a dominating game together in which they both scored over 40. So clearly everyone was going nuts. That is quite a feat. So is anyone going more nuts than Big Shot Rob with his big shot claims? He said that the Ant-Man and Cat together remind him of a miniature Shaq and Kobe.
You look at this duo, it's like a miniature, notice keyword miniature,
Right.
Shaq and Kobe.
Oh, you're tripping.
It's just, come on, man.
You're allowed to say that. You're allowed to say that.
I said miniature now. I said miniature. But when you play with guards that are good and are big, that can cause double team, you make each other better. So Edwards learns how to play this game and become a better ball handler, an outside shooter. And Cat can understand he's bigger than most guys, take him time to the post, and when that's not working, step on the outside and shoot the threes. This team could be one of those futuristic teams that we always talk about, that we want this day and age, a stretch 4, a stretch 5, a stretch everything.
Whoa. Now, I know he said miniature, and sometimes people may take that as a bit of an insult or a backhanded compliment, but he mentioned Shaq and Kobe. So yeah, if you're a version of them, it probably is miniature, but that is some big talk. Is he going overboard? Or is the claim not a bad one? HORRY knows they need more time, they're still young, and he knows they need more pieces, but he thinks that these two could be something special moving forward. And we're assuming that HORRY is comparing Edwards to Kobe, and yeah, I think that Edwards will take that terrific compliment. King James. Now, there are the legends that have since retired commenting on young Anthony Edwards, and then there are the legends that have not yet retired and still have to play against the kid. For instance, that is the case with LeBron James. He has seen Edwards up close and personal. He has taken to the same court as him and competed against him. And he has seen Edwards play from afar. So LeBron has seen a lot of Edwards. And we all know that LeBron has that great court vision. So what does LeBron think of Edwards? Well, for one, he attended Edwards' pro day back when it happened. And that's one of those situations where actions speak for themselves. He obviously has got some massive respect for the kid if he attended his pro day. Now, what did LeBron actually say about Edwards? Well, after a game against Edwards in his rookie season, King James is quoted as saying, "First of all, he is a great kid. Obviously, we know what he can do with the game of basketball. He showed that tonight, been showing throughout the course of his rookie season so far." So yeah, LeBron isn't even going to say how great the kid is because everyone knows it, which is almost better than saying he's fantastic. He's basically saying, you know he is fantastic, you don't need me to say it. But then LeBron let his true feelings out on Instagram back when Anthony Edwards had one of the most lethal dunks in recent history that he unleashed on the Toronto Raptors, the one that shook all of Canada. LeBron's caption of, "My goodness, little bro, sheesh," with plenty of exclamation points and some screaming emojis, pretty much says it all. That dunk even scared LeBron.
When I play people like LeBron, I gotta go in there with the mentality like, I know you, you don't know me. So I want you to know who I am. Like once I play you, like after the game, I want you to know who I am.
Kevin Durant. Now, speaking of dunks and candidates for the GOAT conversation, we move on to Kevin Durant. Anthony Edwards has been very vocal about the fact that Kevin Durant is a different kind of animal, and the fact that he is 7 feet tall and can do everything a point guard can do, it's just too much. Edwards says that Kevin Durant is the GOAT.
When we were talking about KD, you said you think he's the greatest player.
Yeah.
Ever or right now?
Ever.
Really?
Because he's 7 feet and can do everything a point guard can do.
Over Jordan?
Yeah.
Over LeBron?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, without question, better than LeBron, better than Jordan, no one matches up to what Durant can do in the mind of the Ant-Man. So that is some glowing praise. So what does Durant think about Edwards? Well, it's tough to say. Durant gets pretty quiet sometimes, so let's look to some film of a missed shot from a Brooklyn player. Edwards goes up for the rebound, but KD snatches it away from him and dunks on him. So if we were to be experts in reading body language, we would just say that Durant thinks Edwards is just another opponent to dunk on. I mean, I'm sure Durant has some nice things to say about Edwards, he just wasn't saying them in that game. The truth. Now, if you want someone to speak the truth, then you go to the truth. Once again, on the jump, we get the dish. Paul Pierce was on, and they were talking about who has a higher ceiling. This time, not Anthony Edwards or Cade Cunningham, but between Anthony Edwards and James Wiseman. And the overall consensus between everyone on there, Big Perk included, was that Anthony Edwards has the higher ceiling. Pierce talked about how it's so much more important to have the elite level talent in a perimeter player if you want to have a championship team. And he said, especially when you have one with this guy's talent. Yeah, say no more, we get it. The bigger key to building a great team is the elite level perimeter player. And Pierce isn't necessarily saying that Edwards is elite yet, but he doesn't seem to have many doubts that he could get there someday. Pierce highlighted how Edwards mentioned that someone who he models his game after is Dwayne Wade. And yeah, if this kid keeps trying to be more like Wade, then that's only going to work out fantastically for him. And believe us, Pierce knows what a good perimeter player looks like, and that's the truth. So, we've got legends. Whether they're still in the game or long done with the game, all are in agreement for the most part. This kid, Anthony Edwards, he is special, and he is going to continue to be special, and he is likely going to become even more special if he just starts using that "but" more. Right, Jordan? But seriously, you got former and current players saying he is generational, talking about the skills that he has, talking about how big and strong he is, and he's barely 20. What more is in store for this young kid?
I don't really even think about my individual achievements. I want to take my team to the playoffs for sure.
How do you think Edwards will wind up ranking among all the all-timers? And who do you think had the most spot-on comments on him? Let us know in the comments, and if you forgot to like the video and subscribe to the channel, don't worry, you still got time to do it right now. It's cool, we'll wait, and that way you can get the jump on all of our content the minute it hits, so you can always keep up to date with us.